Hello paddlers, welcome back to my channel. Something a bit different today. I want to do a update review of my Itiwit X500 kayak. Now I've had it about 3 months now, and I just wanted to do like an update, what I think. Have I changed my mind about it and things like that? Which no, in all fairness, right, in case you don't want to wait till the end of the video, I still love it. Okay, there you go, done. But yeah, so I just thought, like I said, I'd do like an update. Now I've been using it for 3 months, what I really like about it. If there's anything I found that I don't like, which there is one thing actually, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But I will mention somewhat, in case somebody comes across this video and they're thinking about buying this particular kayak, or any inflatable actually. You're usually buying an inflatable for, well, a few reasons. Maybe because they're a bit cheaper, but nowadays if you're getting like this, the X500 kayak that I have, right, is just as expensive as a rigid. I bought it for storage and transportation. Now, seeing storage, if you're in a small area and you're thinking, I'm trying to be polite here, if you're in a small place, if you live in a small place and you're thinking, I'll get that kayak because it'll just fit, I don't know, in the cupboard, something like that. You do need to plan for more room because you will soon accumulate more gear. It's like me, I've ended up with bags of stuff. I'll tell you what, jump shot, I'll show you, it's quicker. There you go then, this is what I'm talking about. You do start to need a lot more room. I've got my kayak here. Now, okay, I've got a stand, a little trolley for, well, moving it about, obviously, goes without saying. But, yeah, so that don't really take up much room. Also have a spare paddle, right? This was my original paddle. Well, actually it wasn't, it was my third one, but it was a good little paddle. But yeah, so keep it as a backup paddle for when I'm out. Down here, you've got an electric pump, something you're going to end up buying if you buy an inflatable kayak. I've got a bag there which is full of my gear, like for argument's sake, my wetsuit top, spare shorts, spare this, spare that, and ropes and lines and bits and pieces, and loads of gear and cleaning stuff for cleaning your boat. Back there I've got a tub, right, which has food and coffee and stuff like that in. You don't always need that with you, but you're going to end up buying, oh, I've got another bag for clothes and stuff, and a chair. You're going to end up buying stuff, right, and it's going to accumulate. So you're going to need a little bit more space than what you thought. I know you might just think, oh, I'll buy an inflatable kayak, I can leave it in the cupboard. Right? You will, if you enjoy the hobby, start to accumulate stuff. I've even got another bag upstairs with my dry suit in and all my winter gear for when I go out in winter. So you're going to need a bit of room. You're going to save on room, but you're still going to need a bit of room. I'll tell you what, while we're here, because somebody did ask, they saw it, new paddle I got. I won't get everything out. It's, I can't get anything out at this rate. It's, I'll hold it that way, fully carbon fibre shaft, 3K carbon, which, if you don't know, bottom line is that's the best. The paddle is not plastic, before anyone asks. If I put my hand up there, it's transparent fiberglass, which makes it extremely strong, but extremely lightweight as well. So yeah, so I got myself this new paddle. Don't be asking me how much it was, go look them up. It was quite pricey, and I don't want to sound like a clever sod saying I've spent all this money. But yeah, so you're going to end up needing a bit of space, because trust me, if you get into the hobby, you're not just going to have your kayak and that's it. You are going to accumulate stuff. So just thought I'd warn you about that. Right, that's that bit done. Well, there you go then, paddlers. Right. If you've been paddling a while, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. You might even have more gear. Right, you do accumulate gear. So if you're buying one of these kayaks, right, don't just think you're going to save space, because sooner or later that little space where you kept it in the cupboard is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So you will accumulate a lot of gear in the long run. Anyway, right, I'm just actually getting ready to go out on the water today. Right, that's why I'm shooting this early. Right, I've got all my gear ready, kayaks in the car and everything. I thought I'd just do a quick intro. Right, because I thought to myself, it's better to explain, talk about the kayak while I'm sat in the bloody thing, because there's no point in me sitting here and trying to say, oh, and this bit, and it's best if you can see it. Makes sense. Okay then, so let's just do a jump shot to me on the water, and I'll tell you what I really think. Now I've been paddling the thing for about 3 months. Right, I have to go get me dry suit on, because the sun's out, but it's bloody cold out there, which means the water's going to be extremely cold. Okay then, I'll catch you on the water. Okay then, now we're on the water, and I'll tell you what, the sun's in the worst position, or I'll rephrase that, I'm in the worst position. So let's just, now I can hardly see, but that should be better. Yeah, so we're on the water now. So something I should say about this kayak, I did it before buying it. I looked it up, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. It's a little bit different now because more people own them actually, and you may find a lot of videos saying, oh, it's unstable, it's wobbly, it's this, it's that, and you'll fall in. Well, it used to be, right? That was, for want of a better word, the version 1. Right, if you see something coming up behind me, let me know. That was the version 1, right? And it was a bit unstable and a bit wobbly unless you was going fast, right? However, you can't buy that now, so don't panic. Don't think, oh, I need to look for the version 2, because this is it, everything's the version 2 now. If you go over to the Decathlon website and buy one of these, you're buying the version 2. They don't make the version 1 anymore. They've changed the design completely. When I get the boat back on dry land, I'll show you the hull. Right, because how it used to be, it was basically from tip to turn, right, like that. And that's why it was unstable in the water. Well, what they did with this version, the version 2, is basically cut a chunk out the middle and flatten it. And now it's extremely stable. Yeah. There's no way, if you're brand new, right, you've tried the little inflatables, you've decided to get this, right? There's no way you're going to tilt this if you don't do anything stupid. You're not going to fall in unless you do something stupid. I mean, look, I'm not being funny, I'm not a professional, and I'm paddling backwards, and I'm not worried. I want to keep a check just in case there's a big summit behind me, right, like a log floating by. In fact, I'll have a look now actually, just so I know it's clear ahead of me. But, oh, there's quite a bit of rubbish I'm heading that way, so I'll keep to this side. But yeah, so it's very stable, and there's no way a beginner is going to flip this unless they do something stupid. Like, you know what I mean? You see the YouTube videos of them. Let's see how stable it is. Let's stand up. Well, no, don't do that. Don't stand up in your kayak, alright? Or you're going to flip, alright? But yeah, so it is extremely stable, the V2, as in this kayak as it is now. So don't worry about stability, as long as you're sensible. And the only time you're going to really fall in, if you're being sensible, is when you're getting in the kayak. Getting out is quite easy, right? When you're getting in, you've got one leg in, one leg out, you're leaning over. That's the time when you're going to fall, if you're going to fall. Right, so what else? I can lift myself up. You might see me do this in other videos actually. I can lift myself up. That's how solid it is. That's how well made it is. Right? And I love it for that reason, because with a lot of inflatables, right, the beginner ones, for want of a better word, right, you know, you sink into it. Right? It's made out of like rubber, you sink into it. And with this being a professional kayak, it's solid. So it's great. The upsides, right, as we know, the upsides is, I thought, you didn't warn me about that, did you? That's a great big mud pile. I'd have been worried about that. Yeah, I actually lost my train of thought now. Yeah, extremely stable, we've done that bit. Right, yeah, for sitting up, I've lost my train of thought, so I'm going to move on to, right, the way it's made. It's solid, right, it really is solid. And it's solid underneath, it's got rubber protectors and stuff. But I don't want to turn this video into a review, because I've already done that. If you want a review, right, I'll leave a link in the description. I'm basically telling you what I think now after a few months of paddling. And it really is an amazing boat. It really is. I'm extremely happy with it. Right. Whoa. Felt a bump under me then. A fish or something. Getting some twigs around me, so I'm going to have to start watching where I'm going, I'm afraid. I'm going to end up doing jump shots all over with this video, I bet. Right, once again, it'll probably be a jump shot because I've lost my train of thought. There is a downside, right? It's the weight of it. It comes with a backpack style bag. I can't lift it at my age, not nowadays, right? But the carry handles, I did mention I'll show you that when I've got her out and I'm drying it. The carry handles are in such a weird position, and for me to pick this up and move it and stuff, at my age, it's a bit awkward. So as I showed you at the beginning, I have a trolley now, which has made life a million times easier. And I ain't got it with me, but it actually fits in the back of the boat. So I can literally fold up the kayak and pop it in the back of the boat. But yeah, I think I've just about covered everything. So let's go take another look at it and while I'm drying it, okay? Okay then, paddlers, right. We're back and we're ready for cleaning. First of all though, this is what I was talking about. When I was saying about the version 1 and the version 2, if you look along there, you see how edged it is. And at the back, completely edged. And now, on the version 1, that used to be the same all the way. And it was extremely rocky and tippy and all over the place. But now, if you notice, in the centre, they've flattened it. They've literally cut a piece out completely and put a new piece in and just flattened it down. You can see better on this angle maybe. If you see how pointy the end is and how flat in the middle, and then it goes back to being pointy again. But yeah, so, and you can see the drop stitching. It's a special, I can't remember the name of it. If I remember, I'll put it up if I remember, but it's a special stitching. Alright, but no, this isn't a review, but I just thought I'd mention that, seeing as I mentioned it. But yeah, she's had a few bumps and grazes over the months, but this is why I like it. It's just rock solid everywhere. If you did watch the review, you'll already know most of the stuff I'm telling you. But this is why I still like and love this kayak. But yeah, so now I'm back and I have to give her a wash, and that I could make an entire video about that, but I'm not gonna. I will say though, wash your boats, wash your kayak when you're finished. Right, there's all sorts of contaminants, right, in the river, and they will soak into your boat. Why do you think, if anyone says no, you don't have to do that, which I've heard people say, right, you go to a marina, every now and again you'll see the big boats being lifted out and cleaned. Okay, they don't do that after every trip on the water. It's a little bit different with a boat like that. But with a kayak, right, or a canoe or something like that, or any type of inflatable, every time you're finished, it wants a rinse down. I just use warm water. That's all I use. Give it a complete wash with warm water, top, bottom, inside, everything. And then wipe it down with a towel and leave it to dry. And then that way you won't get any contaminants. There's my rat there. Don't know if you'll see that way. My little river rat. Yeah, so am I happy? Yeah, of course I'm bloody happy. I love the thing. And I've already told you everything else about it. Oh, them handles. This is what I was on about. Yeah, there's a handle there. I'll tell you what, I'll wait till the boat's turned upright and I'll show you the handles better. You'll be able to see better and you'll be able to see what I was on about with the cockpit. And this is sort of like a little downside what I'm not happy with, alright? But it's not the end of the world. Okay, I'm going to get this side washed, turn it over, then I'll show you that side. Okay then, jump shot. Unless you want to come and help me. No. Okay then, right, let's talk about them straps, but before that storage area there, I don't know if I mentioned it in my review, but it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And yeah, legs in there, some sleeping bag or whatever, right. I know that's there, but you can put a bit of foam padding and you can sleep in there. But yeah, anyway, yeah, as you right, there's your cockpit. Alright, so this is where you're having to carry it constantly because you've got one strap up here, right, which if I come back a bit you can see it's sort of like the starts there, right. So if I stand next to where that strap starts, the other one is right over there, and if I reach that, and if I do it this way, I can just with two fingers reach the other side. So in other words, there's no way you can actually pick it up, tilt it, carry it. You always have to be lifting onto the cockpit and grabbing it that way, which is a shame because it has sort of like given a little bit, not so I mean when you sat in it you can't tell, and the skirt still fits perfectly, so it hasn't caused any damage. And I know somebody who's had one of these over frigging nearly 2 years now, or yeah, nearly 2 years, and they love it, and they carry it all the time, right, switching, going around locks and everything. But yeah, so it's not going to cause any damage. It's just a shame there isn't a strap, right, a handle there and one at the other side, right? Or even if they staggered them, put one there, one there, one there. Well, just stagger them, because like I said, with 4 people, you got 4 people, no problem, perfect. And for a big boat, 4 people is great. But yeah, that's the only thing I don't like. That's the only downside. Anyhow then, paddlers, right, for my final thoughts, I'll sit down and just tell you basically, am I glad I bought it or not? But you already know the answer to that. Right then, so you've watched the video and you're thinking about buying one. If you have never paddled before in your life, don't. Just in case you don't enjoy it. They're very expensive. Go to some river, some lake, some club, right, have a go on one first. Don't just go fork out for one of these. Right, now if you've had a paddle, you've been paddling, you decided you want one, get one. They are awesome. I've told you why. I'm not going to repeat myself. I've been told in the past I waffle. Right, so my final thoughts are I'm extremely happy. Right, would I buy anything else? Yes. You weren't expecting that, was you? Yes. I would love the Packer Yak. Right, it's a solid kayak that breaks into sections. Go look it up. Packer Yak. Right, like I said, a solid fiberglass kayak that breaks up into sections. It's a travelling one. It goes in a rucksack, a backpack type thing. Right, on wheels. Comes with wheels. Right, I would love one of them, but they don't sell them in this country. You can only get them from America, and once you include shipping, right, and you include import duty into the UK, you're looking at, I calculated it because I wanted one, you're looking at 3,000 quid. And no way am I paying 3,000 quid. I could buy 3 of them, right, and have spare money, and have some money left over. Yeah, so I would love a Packer Yak though, so if anybody wants to send me one, please do. Please. Yeah, so there you go then. I've had her now 3 months. She's been out a lot on the water, a lot more than videos I've posted, because as I said, a lot of the videos were just a bit boring, right, because it's just me, just at the same spot type thing. But yeah, so 3-month review, and I'm extremely happy and I love it. So go out and get one if you're thinking about it. You will not be disappointed. Okay then, paddlers, I'll catch you later. Cheers.